All right, this is number 19 from the Are You Ready for Calculus? And I'm just going over these solutions that were in my book that I did a while ago, just for the sake of saving a little time. So hopefully you can follow these all right. If you have any questions, again, please email me, and I'll do more complete solution if you'd like. Okay, determine the equation of the following lines. A, the line through these 2 points, -1, 3, and 2, -4. So we have 2 points, and we have the point-slope form. If we have the point and a slope, we can find the equation line by using the point-slope form. Remember that form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And these are derived off the, if we divided both sides by x minus x1, you'll see that this looks very much like the slope formula. So this actually point-slope form is just derived from the slope formula. And that's the most important formula you're going to know, or you're going to need to know for linear equations or straight lines, is this slope formula. Because if we just replace the x2 and the y2 just by generic x and y, which represents any point on the line, then this gives you, and then you multiply both sides by the denominator here, you get, and just flip them around, use the symmetric property of equality, you get the point-slope form. So we need a point and the slope. We've got 2 points, but we don't have the slope, so we just put these 2 points in the slope formula. I always label my points, so I call this x1, y1, and this x2, y2, and I just substituted them in our good old slope formula, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and we got our slope. So now we have a point and the slope, actually 2 points, so I'll select one of these, and I usually just select the one that I called x1, y1, and I just put this in the point-slope form. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, and then I use this for y1, so that's my 3, and this is negative 1 is positive 1. And then we multiply through by 3. I want to get rid of the fraction to make it look, this is fine, this form is fine. And on the AP exam, you leave it like this. You don't have to simplify. But since we have answers and we want to make sure that our work is correct, we want to match algebraically whatever we get with the answer we have. So we just multiply through. We get another good equation. These are all good answers. And then if I just put my x and y's on the left, my numbers on the right, I get it in what they call, this is usually the general form of the line. And that's the answer we have. Okay? And then B, the B part, find the equation line that goes through the point -1, 2 and is perpendicular to this line. Okay, well we have a point, and we just need the slope, and the slope is going to be the slope of a line that's perpendicular to this line. So we have to find, first of all, the slope of this line, and the easiest way to do that is just solve it for y, and we get it in the y equals mx plus b form, and that's our slope. Y equals mx plus b, so our slope is 2/3. So the slope of this line is 2/3, but the slope of a line that's perpendicular to that, that's the negative reciprocal of 2/3, or -3/2. So that's the slope of the line I want. Okay, we want a line that goes through the point -1, 2, and it's perpendicular to this line, so it means its slope's going to be this -3/2. That's a negative reciprocal of the slope of the line we're talking about. And then we just put that in our same point-slope form. Y minus y1, and this was our point here, 2, equals m, which is, this is my slope, -3/2, and then x minus 1, which is x plus 1. And then again, we just multiply by 2 to remove the fractions and get all of my x and y's on the left and my numbers on the right. So add 3x, add 4, and there you go. So that's 19A, B, and the letter C. Determine the equation of the line that goes through this point and is the midpoint. I'm sorry, goes through the point 2, 3, and it also goes through the midpoint of the line segment from -1, 4 to 3, 2. Well, midpoints are real easy. It's just all you have to do is take the average of the coordinates. In other words, just add up the x's and divide by 2, and add up the y's and divide by 2, and you'll get the midpoint. It's just the average of the x's and the average of the y's. It's very simple to find the midpoint. So -1 plus 3 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then 4 plus 2 is 6 divided by 2 is 3. So that's my midpoint. And then again, we want the equation line that goes through these 2 points. All right? Well, again, we need the points in the slope. You need a point in the slope. Well, we got 2 points, so we need the slope, so we find the slope. And when we take the slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, we get 0. Well, if the slope is 0, remember the line is a horizontal line if it's 0. But that works either way. We can just put this in the point slope form anyway if but if it's a horizontal line, that means it's just going to be y is always 3, so there's your equation, y equals 3. But you can put it in the point slope form, y minus y1 equals m, which is 0 times x minus x1, and you end up with y minus 3 equals 0, so y equals 3. So it'll work out either way. Intuitively, though, it's a horizontal line, so the y's are always going to be the same, so y equals 3. Okay, so there you go. It wasn't too bad. It's a good review of actually some Algebra 1 concepts about lines.